It is an exciting time. It's got to be an exciting time for solar. What is there? What's the stats? The number of users, the number of, do you know the number of households that rely on solar for their primary?
To be honest, I don't. The big stats for us in the industry right now are the tax credit, which is looking like it could be extended. Right now, the anybody who goes solar, they get a federal income tax credit of 26% of the entire system cost. Our systems generally cost 26 to, I mean, I bet 30 to $50,000.
Mhm.
So, yeah, it's a nice chunk of money. And then in states like Illinois, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri, but I'm looking across the river to Illinois right now. The utility company has to pay customers to go solar. So the average home we deal with in Illinois, the utility company pays about $13,500 for them to go solar. So we also have a really good finance company. It allows us to do no interest, no payments for the first 12 months. And if they take that government money and they take that money from the utility company and they throw it back into the loan, I can give them solar today for cheaper than what they're paying electricity for. So if you're paying $200 a month for electricity, I can give you solar for 175 a month. And there's no interest, no payments for the first 12 months. So you get free electricity for a year. So it's really a no brainer. In a lot of these situations, we're able to put customers in. So those are our big numbers, just taking advantage of the incentives. And then, like any other sales process, we educate them on the best way to take advantage of those incentives.
Sure. So why would the solar explain why that is? And I love it. I'm thrilled that the company would have to pay, but why would the electric company have to pay for the solar? How does it
So
work?
several different states passed a thing called the Clean Energy Act, and their goal is to get a certain percentage of the state green by, I believe it changed based on state, but Illinois is like 2026. So their goal is to get that there. So part of the utility company doing their part is like, hey, we'll cover a piece of your system for doing it. And then the other thing is too, though, any excess electricity that you don't use, the utility company is going to sell for a profit. So they're also just kind of giving you a big check up front.
Okay. So the electrical company, you don't remove that service. So you're still connected to that grid when you're on solar.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people ask that. That's actually a really good solar question because a lot of people are like, I want to go off the grid. And it's like, well, in reality, that's not the best way to do it because you can't get any of those incentives. So the way it works is, you have the panels on your roof, then you get a new meter on your house. It's called a net meter, net metering. So your normal electricity meter spins clockwise because all day you're sucking electricity out of the grid. Well, when you have the solar panels on your roof, all day you have enough electricity coming down the power of your house, and then the excess electricity is pumped into the grid so it spins counterclockwise.
Hmm.
And then at night when the sun goes down, then it spins clockwise again and sucks that electricity that you stored in the grid. So you essentially are using the grid as a battery to store your electricity in.
That's super cool, man. Super cool. So with the solar, obviously, if you're creating excess electricity, I mean, I'm sure the size of the home is tied to the size or the how much the system costs. If you use, if you got a big house and insufficiently insulated, things like that, you're probably going to require a bigger system, solar system.
In theory, most of the time you will, but there's a lot of factors. Are you a single guy in a four-bedroom house, or are you a guy that's married with six kids that leave the door open? There's four Xbox going, a computer, this and that. Like
The,
that guy's
the second guy.
yeah, that guy's got $1,000 bill. So um, it varies home by home. We do other projects related in solar too, where we do a thing called community solar, to where developers build huge solar farms. They run it to neighborhoods, so you can get all the benefits of solar without having the panels on their roof. Like literally, it's targeted for lower middle income people. So we go to the projects and say, hey, do you want your electricity company from that solar farm? Cool, you just sign here, you get your electricity from there. Nothing changes, but you get a 20% discount for the next 20 years or whatever the number is.
Mhm.
So there's a lot of incentives that go into it.